Right, hello, hopefully this will start in a minute. Good, right, it started. So, hello to anybody if they join. I was just going to play about doing gas mask type things on Stable Diffusion and do it as a live stream so we could all have a chat in the process. Yeah, if anybody comes on, say hello. That's quite a good one. Let's send that to image and just redo it a load of times. Change it down to lower denoise. Right, let's use that one now. That's probably my favourite one so far in terms of making it at least look realistic. Oh yeah, now let's use that one. Yeah, hopefully some people come on. If anybody's said anything in the chat yet, it's not turned up. Right, let's try and emphasise forest background to see if we can get that. Ah, yeah, it's starting to make a forest now behind it. That looks a bit like an MM1, that one. Yeah, let's use that one. Let's raise the CFG a bit. That's quite cool. Let's use that one then. That one looks like it could actually be a real mask, so let's use that one. But yeah, feel free to come on and chat, obviously, everybody, while I'm doing this, because otherwise I'm just going to be playing about, and obviously, if people come on, they can suggest things to do. Obviously, I'm going to do a safe for work stream, because it's on YouTube, but, sorry, let's use that one for a bit. Let me try natural lighting so it goes back to hopefully not being so red. Let me just do a completely new generated image. It might be because I've actually got Stalker in the tags, it's using really muted colours. If you mean the terrorist attack, I'm not going to do that. But if you mean like emergency services with a World War II mask, I can try. I don't know if it'll know what like a World War II mask specifically is, but let's try emergency fire rescue World War II gas masks. I'll put that in things to prioritise it. That's not really what we were looking for. Let me try building on fire. At the moment, I think where I've put emergency fire rescue is trying to make them look like firefighter-y kind of colours. Some of these are quite interesting, even if they're weird. I can always change the CFG around a bit as well. That's quite a cool thing. Okay, what do you want to try? Like I said, if you want to try something else, just mention what you want to try and do. I like how that one's got a fucking, what was it, like plastic sort of P3 style mask on the front of that one. Let me just try something like World War II soldiers in gas masks, hellscape, trenches. Yeah, it could add hazmat suits to that. Hazmat suit. I want the gas mask to look a bit more interesting than that though, because it's doing more like just weird circular things, isn't it? Let's try vintage gas mask, see if that changes it a bit. Right, let me try taking out gas masks. And we'll have the hazmat suits bit on there and see if that... Don't know if the hell they're going to have actually hazmat suits on. I can always emphasise that more. Alright, hazmat suit. Let's put that in commas. I won't do anything Nazi related for obvious reasons, but I could try napalm horror gas mask, something like that. See what that does. Obviously there's more tags I can put on if we find something that works well. That's quite a cool picture. Let's send that to image and play about with that one. Other cool thing you can do is you can do like have a miniatures as well, like that, and you can sometimes get it to do them like their little Warhammer figurines. Let's see if I can get it to do that. Yeah, see, now it's like turning them into models. Right, okay, let's go back to that. So, napalm horror gas masks, German soldiers. Let's try German soldiers on there. That's quite a creepy one. Yeah, you can use it for loads of stuff. Like I said, it depends on what you're inputting, depending on how interesting the results you'll get are. put sci-fi fantasy on there and see how that changes it. Those are weird looking gas masks, aren't they? Can do if you want me to try and make it look more photorealistic. When you say textual inversion, do you mean using image to image to change textures on stuff? Yeah, I've done that. Unless you mean something else. So let's do HD 4K movie scene. See if that makes them look suppose I could increase the resolution of the picture, but then at the same time it's going to take longer to render each picture. That's quite a good one. Oh, I quite like that one. Okay, let's send that one to image, and roll this one a few times. Yeah, let's go with the more white looking mask. Oh, that's actually better now, yeah. Quite like that one actually. Let's use this one as our image now. Just going to play about with the scaling strength of it now, just to see how that messes them up. Yeah, this one's worked quite well actually, yeah. Anyway, let's go back to just giving it prompts. I should try different helmet. Right, like retro helmet or futuristic helmet. Let's try retro helmet. I don't know if that will actually do much, but let's emphasise retro metal helmet, and then we'll just play about with the helmet tags if you want in a minute, just to see what that does. If it's going to redraw loads of this image with retro metal helmet, how is it going to do that? Right, we probably want to change it away from retro metal helmet then to, say, let's try futuristic helmet. Nope, I should have put that as 2 words. And I might have to update the scale again. And the helmets aren't changing that much actually in these. I suppose now it's giving them like helmet masks, isn't it now? Yeah. Oh, I'm running it on a 3090, so it can do stuff pretty damn quickly. That's a good one. Let's go now use this one. Again, we can put more emphasis on the helmet if we want to. See what that does to it. Again, I think it's kind of doing helmet and gas mask as the same thing. Yeah, could try neon green goggles. Oh, should we just put glowing goggles? Or maybe glowing eyes if that doesn't work, and see how that changes it up. Okay, it's now going to give him like robot-y faces. Okay. So now they're kind of turning into like Combine Elite soldiers. I might play about with some Half-Life 2 terms in a minute actually, and see if we can make some like Combine looking soldiers. That one's quite interesting. Right, let's send that one to image now. Yeah, I'll try 2 eyes. And in negative prompts, let's put Cyclops. So hopefully now that will force it, yeah, to make 2 eyes. Yeah, there you go. Or it's sort of getting there on some of the images. Right, now let's send that one to image and generate it again. Now it's done this one. Send that one to image. Reminds me a bit of the ghost people in what's it, Fallout New Vegas now. Oh yeah, especially that one. That's a good one actually. Yeah, so that's definitely quite New Vegas-y ghost people looking, that one. So yeah, let's go off of that one now. If I see one I particularly like, I'll re-render that one. That's quite a good version of it. Oh no, I don't know how you actually add stuff into the program other than prompting it. But yeah, if I look up a tutorial, I won't bother doing that on this stream. If I look into a tutorial on, yeah, what, like showing it loads of pictures of a particular thing and telling it that's what it is, so when you prompt it, it knows that's the thing. But yeah, that sounds really cool actually. So yeah, I have to look up tutorials on that, because I know, like, if you're trying to do famous people's faces, it definitely knows some people's faces and not others. So sometimes you get really good faces, like, constantly if you, like, roll them. Where other people, you know, it doesn't actually work, where it kind of knows a bit what they look like, but not really the face. When you, put like brackets around it, whatever it is, parentheses, whatever it is, that encourages it, so it's just saying the goggles are more important than some of the other bits of the thing, if that's what you're saying about how I'm asking it. That's quite a cool one. Anyway, let's go back to doing some other things. So let's do Combine Soldier. I just want to see if we do Metro Cop Civil Protection, something like that, if it actually makes a Combine looking guy. That's definitely not Half-Life 2. Right, let's try now Half-Life 2. Let me try and redo this. So let's do dark fantasy artwork, science fiction, Combine Overwatch, Combine Soldiers. Let's see if it can figure out what I'm trying to do with that. Hello? Oh, it's trying to do Overwatch like the game now, isn't it? Rather than actually Combine Overwatch, as in the Combine from Half-Life 2. I can see what it's actually trying to do, the AI. That's interesting. Right, let's take out Overwatch. I'm just going to put Half-Life there just so it maybe knows a bit more what I'm trying to do. Well, only 4 to 5 images. That's cool, but like I said, I have to look up a tutorial on like where to do it. Because I've not actually seen anyone mention that yet on how you import stuff into the thing. Yeah, it can do. Should we do Unreal Engine render? Because isn't that where it tries to make it look quite realistic when you do that? But again, some of the tags might conflict with other tags, so let's take out Half-Life again. If we, with Combine, put Half-Life Combine, put it like that, see if that helps it. Can try that in a second, Rich. I actually kept wanting to do like a weird load of hybrid knights with medieval weapons and like gas masks and like World War I trench armour kind of stuff. Yeah, let's go away from this. Let's try and do the hazmat suit, isn't it? The hev suit from Half-Life. Right, yeah, so I'll keep the Unreal Engine render at the bit. So yeah, let's try, yeah, Medieval, so it's in the game Medieval, which is spelled like that, and yeah, Sir Daniel Fortescue. I think it's spelled like that, isn't it? I can see it's definitely trying to do it with that one, Rich. Yeah, I think it knows what it's trying to do with that. We could actually try to improve some of these as well in image to image. I'll play with the CFG as well. He's got 2 eyes though, he should only have 1 eye. Oh, the rain's really heavy now outside. Oh, that looks a bit from actually Medieval, like the sort of graphic style. Only thing, bear in mind, CSGO rank, I'm not too technical with a lot of this. I'm just playing around with it because I enjoy messing about with it. That's quite cool. And let's send that one to image, and then let's play about with that one and see how we can edit this one around. I can see what you mean by Overlord as well, actually. Yeah, I'm glad I walked the dogs earlier. I know exactly which ones you mean. They weren't done by I've got them on PC, but they weren't done, were they, by what was it, Lionhead? But they're kind of a bit like a Lionhead game. It's like you're the guy who runs around like you have imp soldiers, don't you, in Overlord? I'm sure I've got that on Steam, but I've like not played it in years. Yeah, so it kind of knows, Rich, with Medieval what we're on about. We can take out the Unreal Engine render and change it to something else, actually. Yeah, let's go back to text to image. We'll change Unreal Engine to, say, dark fantasy, digital painting, stuff like that, because that can make some cool images. It's also a bit, should we combine it with like Demon Souls and Dark Souls and all of those? See what that does. So we'll put Sir Daniel Fortescue then, Rich, in the thing so it prioritises it slightly more. And then let's do Demons, Souls, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. Let's try all those. See what sort of stuff it makes now. That's quite a good one. Play with the CFG scale again just to see if it changes the style of the image. It's a bit like a Tower Knight looking thing in that one. Alright, let's go with that one, and then let's play about this one some more. I might turn the CFG down a bit actually for that. I'm sorry, denoising. So it makes more images like this one. Yeah, let's go to that one, and then let's regenerate this one. I'm just going to add some things like hyper-realistic, beautiful painting or something like that, just to see if we can get it to Yes, now run that one through again. Yeah, some of these are actually quite cool. It's coming up with. You could definitely use this, couldn't you, if you're like trying to just make some concept art for a game to get some like ideas or inspiration? It would definitely give you that. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll do that now. Hang on. So, photorealistic, M95 mask, modern warfare, soldier, 80s horror movie, dark light, Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, or as now it's pronounced. Contrast, right? We could always, if we wanted to do fucked up image, do somebody like Giga as the influence as well. Right, let's roll this one then. That's quite a cool thing, even though obviously that's not an M95, that's still a cool looking sort of image, that one. That's not much, is it? Yeah, and that's kind of like a cool looking sort of thing, but again, it's not an M95. These look more like those airsoft masks at the moment, actually. That's quite a good one. Well, it's the thing is the AI doesn't really necessarily know stuff unless it's been like fed the information. Let's send that one to image, and then just play about with this one a bit. Turn the CFG, sorry, denoise up a bit. That was quite a good one, actually. Right, that's a good one. That actually looks like a modern mask. So now let's run this one from image to image again. I like that one, actually. That is looking now more like a modern gas mask, actually. That looks a bit like an Avon FM53. Okay, so what, after dark, metallic, blue, and then shimmer light. There's two separate things, right? Okay. These now look more like power armor from Fallout or something. Again, that's quite a cool looking thing. Looks kind of like you've got a combination of some sort of ballistic face mask and a gas mask. Looking a bit like Doom Guy or something now. That looks like say like some sort of special person's version. Yeah, now it's looking a bit like an Enclave soldier. That's a cool one actually. Let's send that one to image. Yeah, now let's use that one on image to image. It's got the word M5 written on it now. That's very Enclave looking, that one. Right, I'll tell you something I was doing the other day that was really making me laugh. I was doing something like Hellraiser, Vladimir Putin and Hellraiser. Puzzle box. Demons. Bananas, because of the monkey meme. Dark fantasy artwork. Let's see if we can get like the stuff I was doing the other day coming up. We got a Vladimir Putin like pinhead. I don't know. I got some really good results from messing about with this the other day. Him with his puzzle boxes. I'll change the CFG scaling a bit actually, just to see how that messes it up. Okay, let's let me put bananas in quotes so it makes bananas more obvious. And let's do as well Donbass war, because that will get war in Ukraine stuff coming up. It's like a banana spider. Okay. Yes, that's the current view inside the Kremlin. But yeah. Hellraiser works quite well in this actually. We're making weird shit. That's quite a good one actually. Alright, let me have some of my cup of tea before it goes cold. I quite like that one. Is that meant to be like where he's like Butterball, whatever it's called, the fat one? Right, let's put Donbass War with more lines around it, commas, whatever it is, to I'm not getting much Donbass War at the moment. There you go, there's a Putin like pinhead thing. I'll change the CFG scale down a bit. Okay, if that's how it's spelled, I don't know who that is. Is that what he looks like? They have their horde of bananas though. It's not really as Hellraiser-y now though, is it? Right, let me show you something really cool to Rich. So let's first put like Donbass War at the start, so it does like say the modern war in Ukraine style aesthetic. Let's just check it's doing that. Yeah, there we go. Right. Then what you can do is you can have miniature war game soldiers or something like that you put in. See if that does it. And you can start making them look like yeah, there we go. We can start making everything look like fucking like little army figurines. And you can play about with this. I was doing this for ages yesterday. So let's have rusty Soviet vehicles as well. Because you can start getting quite cool stuff where you can start making we can also do bird's eye view as a thing, and that will mean that you start getting like zoomed out things, which can be quite good. Or you can do isometric as well. There's probably a way of making them look like action figurines, like more like not like, do you mean like, not like wargaming models, but like action figures kind of thing? Let's try that. Miniature action figures. That's a cool sort of image, but it's not what I was going for. Let's take out the Soviet vehicles for a minute. I don't know if it kind of knows what to do with action figures. I suppose, yeah, that's kind of an action figure-y looking little Rusky. We'll take out bird's eye view for a minute as well. We'll take out miniature, we'll just have action figures. I suppose it's trying to make them look more like big toys now, isn't it? There you go, you've got kind of like your old Action Man G.I. Joe figures there. Yeah, G.I. Joes. Yeah, so you can do action figures. Right, there we go. So Donbass War action vehicles, not action figures, sorry. Try to think of other cool things to put. Let's put plastic in, just to make him maybe look a bit more plasticky. Oh, that's working quite well now. They do look like little figurines. Okay, looted washing machines. Yeah, I'll add G.I. Joes as well, actually, if it helps. Oh my god, this is fucking perfect. I suppose it's now making them look more like they're fighting in a washing machine, but piles of washing machines. G.I. Joe figures. Set that as well. At the moment that looks just like a scrap heap, doesn't it? I don't know, this is quite funny. Kind of looks more like they're in a landfill site now. Right, let's take out washing machines for now. Now we're getting like little soldier figures back. Okay, let's try looting washing machines from houses. We'll put Wallace and Gromit in the Donbass War. I did play about with Wallace and Gromit the other day. Yeah, look, that guy's carrying something away like that. So yeah, rather than looting washing machines, let's put Wallace and Gromit as hostages. So far, let's just put Wallace and Gromit in without hostages and just see what happens. Okay, it's just kind of changing this thing now. Yeah, I don't think Wallace and Gromit really works with this sort of what we're doing at the moment. It'll work as its own thing, but it won't necessarily until we find a way of, like, applying the style. Right, let's do, so these bits work. Let's do, to make it more realistic with what's going on at the moment, Russian soldiers with rusty guns, because at the moment they don't actually have proper guns. Have you seen those awful rusty AKs they've got in some of the pictures and videos? Well, they don't look rusty enough. Let's put rusty, scrap, trash guns. See that? The app, I did a video on it yesterday. It's called Stable Diffusion. You need a decent NVIDIA card to run it easily. There are web versions of it, but they're not as good. But yeah, if you watch my video I did yesterday, I put the links right at the top of the description, so like you can follow the guide to install this. Yeah, there's literally guys that are being given rusty AKs that are literally falling apart. See, those guns still look too good in those pictures. Yeah, it's really good fun. It can make really, really good pictures as well. Like really good kind of, you know, imitations of artwork. Let me just save this create style. I won't put this gun bit on it. Let me just create style and call this Donbass War Figurines. But yeah, let's say we want to do... I need to be careful in case it does nudity here, because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but just to show you. Let's do... trying to think of, like... I know a load of people have done Emma Watts. Let's do Taylor Swift, because I think there's been loads of her done. Taylor Swift, realistic, say, painting, sexy artwork. Be careful doing that, but I'll put nude and naked in the negative box. Beautiful face. Beautiful eyes, because that makes that eyes a bit less retarded sometimes. Let's just put things like amazing artwork down. But yeah, you can generate some really good, actually like almost photorealistic pictures. That isn't quite what I was going for with that. Extreme wide shot. Let's do John Constable. Is his name spelled like that? But yeah, people have been making shitloads of porn with this because it can really kind of get some people down to looking like do restore faces actually. Photorealistic. Yeah, would it? Well, getting stuck a second at the moment. There you go. Let me try getting it to woodland setting, say, just to extreme detail, hyper realistic, and we'll also add full body portraits. Just see if I can get it. There's like loads of words that people have figured out work well together, but you can start getting really good stuff with this, and you can obviously change the art style as well. We can add more sampling steps, this will take a while, hang on. I'll add 150, just to see if that makes it do it a lot better. Yeah, you can get really good pictures with this when you want to, but obviously a lot of people just like messing about with the sort of meme value of it. You can have massive things, because I've seen things online where people have made really good pictures and they have maybe like 500 words in each thing. I know sometimes it will say it's overloading it and then it cuts out words for you, but you can have a lot. Let's add another random artist. I'm just going to spam the artist button and see what it does. Hang on. I should have put the sample steps down and do it on the next one. Yeah, let's put the sample steps down to 50, say. Yeah, you're saying you can get good shit on this. It's just like, obviously, you know, I prefer doing stupid shit with it for the most part. So now let's put in, let's do some more Putin memes. Vladimir Putin in Thomas the Tank Engine. That's how you spell his name, isn't it? Whatever. No, it's the Thomas the Tank Engine style train, but there's not any Putin in it. Is that Putin's face on the fucking train? Let's do Thomas the Tank Engine in the Donbass War model railway. Russian soldiers. See what that does. Alright, Rajiv. I've been on a while already, but we're fucking about with the art AIs because they're really good fun. At the moment, it just looks more like Thomas the Tank Engine, little miniatures. Thomas has quite a black face though, but okay. Oh, is that meant to be like little tanks in the background? Let's put Russian soldiers there, like that, just to see if it then actually adds more shit to the frame. I don't know what I was meant to do. Bird's eye view. I'm just going to put Donbass War in again, like that, just to see if it... Because Thomas the Tank Engine might be overriding more stuff. And there looks like there's some sort of military train behind him. Thomas looks like he's falling apart, like he's scrap, like the current shit Russia's pulling out of its reserves. So that's more realistic. Oh, I don't need restore faces on, do I? And I can turn the sampling steps down a bit to just render the images quicker. Right, let's do that. I'll try that in a minute, Tryhawk. Oh, what, the one where there's like the fat controller blokes fucking the trains, that one. The Tramadol Knights one. I know exactly what you mean by that. I'm just seeing if I can get some more of these to make it look like Thomas the Tank Engine being involved in the Donbass War. Thomas was burnt out in Ukraine. Right, let's try that one that Tryhawk was asking about. Dream, Nightmare, Putin, Stalin, Communism, Sesame Street. Right. It's more just like making weird looking art things at the moment with this, rather than like an episode of Sesame Street with them in. let's put Sesame Street puppets. Yeah, you can do lots of horror stuff with this. Let me try this as Stalin as a Sesame Street puppet. I just want to see if we can make like a commie Stalin Sesame Street puppet. I don't know why that's funny, but it is. Yeah, I'll put then Sesame Street episodes there, like that. I couldn't recognise that as. I suppose it's got Stalin's coat on, hasn't it? In that one. Putin as the Grouch. I quite like that one. Okay. I'm gonna try Captain Scarlet in a minute, just to get some like Jerry Anderson stuff looking. I like this one actually. I'll stay away from too much of the religious stuff, Dear Love Survival, but we will do that as one if you want it. So Putin as the Antichrist. I'll put religious painting just because I'm interested in what that does. Let me try, instead of Antichrist, let me try the Devil. Satan, stuff like that. Oh, it's got a penis on him, oh dear. I don't think that's going to be too explicit for YouTube though. Yeah, it does work. Right, okay, so what I wanted to do is let's try Joseph Stalin in Captain Scarlet. And I want to see if we can get it to really look like a Captain Scarlet puppet. And we'll put some more tags on it. So let's do puppets. Is it Super Marionation it's called? Something like that. I don't know if I spelt that right, but let's try that. Alright, Byron. Right, Visa. Yeah, I won't be on too much longer, but, right, let's try him, Joseph Stalin, as a Captain Scarlet puppet. Let's try it like that. Because I have seen it do, like, kind of Thunderbirds and, like, puppety looking things before, so you should be able to get it to do this. It's just what we want to do as the tags. So he looks a bit like a little puppet there. It was Alf Garnett. Let me finish doing this first, because I want to see if I can get it doing this thing. Now let me put Captain Scarlet as a thing like that, just so it hopefully emphasises that a bit more. Actually, tell you what, I can also do let's do Thunderbirds, Stingray, Joe 90. I just want to see if that increases the chance of it like understanding what I'm trying to do. Right, I'll get on to some of these other ideas in a minute. Let me take out the Stalin bit. Let me just, because I just want to see if we do Captain Scarlet puppets, all that sort of stuff, if it will actually start doing... See, this is what I wanted it to be doing, this kind of thing. But yeah, as soon as I put Stalin in there. Let's just do Stalin like that and see if it... Oh, that works better. Right, okay. See if this will carry on now. I mean, they don't really look exactly like Captain Scarlet puppets, but still. Not if you emphasise stuff with the commas, because I think if you have put an artist name in, it always prioritises the artist over other things. Right, let's try the Boris Johnson thing. So, Boris Johnson as a Harry Potter sorting hat. Let's put hat human hybrid as another tag. We could actually try it as, let's do Harry Potter sorting hat first, see if we can get the sorting hat up, and then we'll start trying to morph it into Boris Johnson once we get the sorting hat up. If it can actually do the sorting hat. Because I suppose the problem is you need it to have a face on it, don't you? But it's probably not going to do that. Nah, I don't think that's going to really work very well. Be careful what I put on here, just because it's on the live stream. So let's see, what was the Alf Garnet one, sorry, do? Stalin as Alf Garnet. Like that. Don't know how well it's doing these, so I'll just generate a few and then I'll we could put Boris Johnson in Thomas the Tank Engine. Let's just try that again. I want to see if we can make him a little figurine. I don't want his face on Thomas the Tank Engine, do I? Like that. That wasn't what I was trying to go for, but let's do Boris Johnson clay figurine and go from there. I want to see if we can make him like... That's quite a good one, actually. Some of these are quite creepy in a way. I'll do that in a second. I want to try see if we can get more than one in there as well. Is that just going to morph them together now? Right, soup. Oh, there we go. That's kind of doing both of them. Let's just try fighting Putin. See if it... That's a weird one. What the fuck's going on there? Right, we'll try Putin as Boo from Dragon Ball, where it's pronounced. Yeah, the clay figurine things works quite well actually in this. I don't know why, and like models and stuff like that. So Putin as Boo from Dragon. Don't know how well these are going to work. I want to go to now Bogdanov clay figures. Why is it not recognising the word Bogdanov? That's a real word. They look a lot more sinister than the real Bogdanovs there. Oh, that's quite a good one. Dump it. Dump it again. Gets the faces right, doesn't it? Sadly, they died at the start of this year. If I just put Bogdanov twins on its own, does it just like do pictures of them? I mean, it's sort of doing them. It knows they've got fucked up faces, but the faces aren't really the Bogdanov faces. What you on about saying helping me, Soupji? You've only just said yo and helping me. It's the title of the stream. It's Stable Diffusion. I did a video on setting it up yesterday. Bogdanov twins by... let's do Giga. Let me take out the twins bit. Let's do Bogdanov, see what... that works better, Bogdanov brothers, actually, than twins. Scary art, body horror, scary art, nightmare. Let's try that. That's a good one, actually. I like this one. Right, let's change it from the Bogdanovs. Let's just do Putin again. Just because everybody likes taking the piss out of him. It's actually making him less creepy looking now. So they look more like Christopher Walken now. It's like turning into a Lovecraftian monster in that one. I'll change the CFG scale actually and see if that makes it worse or better. I need to do it as Putin ape hybrid. So it's like the meme one, monkey. Yeah, let's do Boris Johnson. Again, just because that was quite funny before. That looks like Putin. Okay, that one's a bit weird. Right, Macron and Merkel. Okay. I might take out photorealism and like super realism, because that's making them, I think, try and make the faces not deformed. What, David Icke turning into a lizard man? They just kind of look like sinister versions of, like more sinister versions of normal ones, though. Right, let's try another politician or like somebody famous. Well, let's try Merkel on her own. Yeah, I think that works better when you just have one person for a thing like this. She looks like the woman in that Wolfenstein game in that one. Oh, what, David Icke when I did Boris Johnson? Right, I won't be on too much longer. Let me just think of somebody else famous to do. Annoyingly, I'm not on here. I did try my name before and it didn't come up with anything. Let's do Homer Simpson. Let's just try The Simpsons. I did SpongeBob SquarePants the other day, and like every now and then I get a really horrifying SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I don't really have time now, dear love, I'm afraid, to keep doing people, so I'm just going to generate a load more of these and then I'll be off in a minute. Like I said, if you look at the description of the video I did yesterday, if you've got a PC that can run this, there's a really easy to follow tutorial in the description to set this up. Let's play back with the CFG scale a bit before I go off. Okay, that's an interesting looking one. So is that like a bit of Marge on a counter with like a mini Homer and a mini Bart, like robot things? Right, see you, dear love. But yeah, I said I'll be off in a minute. But some of these are more Simpson-y looking than the other. Let me put the CFG right down. Assuming that's supposed to be Bart, is it on the right, on that one? So there's a Lisa in that one that doesn't look too deformed, but all the rest are like, nightmarish, like, organ monstrosities, okay. That Homer's got an interesting face. There's two Homers. There's like a big Homer face and a little Homer face. Right, okay. Is that like the Homer equivalent of I have no mouth and I must scream? I suppose he has got a mouth, hasn't he? Okay, one thing I'll try before I go off is, because apparently this can be really creepy, Homer Simpson as a real person, photo-realistic, hyper-realism, because apparently some of these are horrifying when you do like stuff like that. Let me just quickly try this before I go off. Looks like North FC. This isn't exactly what I was thinking of, because I've seen one where it kind of looks like a 3D render of them, but like with human skin, kind of more like that one. But anyway, I'll be off. There's probably a lot more tags I can chuck on this one to make it work better for the Homer Simpson one, but I don't know what they are now, and I can't be asked. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. I'm going to hopefully get some videos done soon when like my cold and my stomach bugs, you know, gone away a bit more, and I can just do stuff more.